Alright, episode 11. Woo! The big 1-1. If you're listening in Espanol, it might be once, but not before doce and after diez. It is episode 11 of the TheHapaPodcast. And, hold up, I gotta pause. I was just listening to that music video of, or I guess watching a music video and listening simultaneously. Is the Proud Puppy Lover music video by Craig Zan. The song came out a while ago, but it's on the Members Only Volume 4 album. Members Only, I spoke about this in previous podcasts, I'm sure, has like, Craig Zan, Kid Trunks, XXXTentacion, Ski Mask the Slump God, and all kinds of other people. So, episode 11, I'm like, oh shit, what am I going to talk about? I don't know. Should I do a podcast today? Hey, if you're not feeling it, should you do a podcast? And I was like, fuck it, might as well, balls to the walls. And, yeah, so I was like, okay, well, what am I going to talk about today? Ooh, hey, don't smoke. Don't do your first smoke. When I say smoke, I mean, that weed. So it's like, oh, what are you going to do? Wake and bake? No, can't do that. Are you going to work out? No, hey, wait to smoke till after the workout while you're doing the podcast. So that way, while you're working out, you don't go like, well, because have you ever smoked weed and then worked out? It's fantastic. Fucking amazing. And I know some people are like, oh, I can't work out. I don't know how you work out. And, some people go, oh, well, I don't smoke because the first time I smoked, I got real anxious and nervous. And I'm thinking, like, yeah, isn't that the fun of it? Like, you get all like, whoa, what the fuck is going on? And it's just kind of like a whole new, like, whoa, it's a whole new sense of your reality. So anyways, today I'm listening to the news, trimming the plants, or not trimming them, picking the dead leaves off the plants. And some plants. Won't say what kind of plants, but they plants. And so like I'm kind of listening to the news, and Ruth Bader Ginsburg, she was a Supreme Court judge, and she died. She was one of the 9 judges. And so what's crazy about this is that she died. This is right before a big election here in the U.S. between Donald, I guess his middle name is J. I've heard Donald J. Trump. Donald P. Trump was on a commercial, but I was like, P is in his middle name P? I wonder if the P is silent, so you just get a Donald Trump. I don't know. I've never heard of a P before, but he is a P brain fuck. So I mean, there's that too. So, and I'm just kind of like, oh, okay. So it's between him and Sleepy Joe Biden. The guy who's up there looking like a fucking alpaca with his droopy ass eyes, and I'm just like, oh god. So Bader Ginsburg died. Rest in peace. She passed away. And they're like, oh, well, who's going to be the next Supreme Court judge? We got to pick somebody. And usually it's the president, the president picks. And Trump has already picked one. It was very controversial just because of the guy's past. I think he, date raped someone in college. The guy's a fuck. So, anyways, Bader Ginsburg dies. And they're like, oh, we gotta pick a new judge before the election. Okay. Totally understandable. But then Bader Ginsburg, one of her last few words, don't pick the next judge till after the election. Because the reigning, defending president of the United States picks the judge, she is hoping, I assume, that Biden was going to win and they would pick a judge. Or you wouldn't have the president in these last couple months before, the new president takes over, president takes office, if a new president takes office in this next election. And she goes, yeah, pick a new one. And then what does Trump do? Oh, I'm going to, oh, wait, hold on. It's not Trump first, it's Biden. Oh, I'm going to pick or Trump goes, I'm going to pick a woman. And it's like, oh, okay, hey, that's great, cool, open mind, cool, pick a woman. Totally qualified. And then Biden comes out, I'm going to pick a black woman. And it's like, well, fuck, you already did that with your vice president, but okay, that's cool. You didn't pick her based on her merit or that she was the best candidate available. And that's what I'm saying is it doesn't matter if you're a man, a woman, if you're white, black, yellow, red, brown. And not blue, because blue lives aren't a fucking thing. There are not any blue people. You don't see any of the blue men group out there, okay? It's not a fucking thing. But anyways, so you're not picking it you're picking it based on a gender and a race. And I just find that just crazy. It's like, you're fucking nuts. You're fucking crazy. Oh my God. Like, bro, you're not going to pick an Asian woman. You're not going to pick a white woman. You're not going to pick a brown woman. You're not going to pick anybody. She's got to be black and it's got to be a woman. And it's like, well, fuck. Well, okay, well, and my mom goes, well, what if there isn't a qualified black judge up there? Because, what if a woman has been, her career's been hard, she's not up to that level because of whatever external circumstances or whatever. Just for the sake of conversation, what if there isn't? It's like, so what, does a black judge, a male black judge, like, I guess he could get his dick chopped off and then, turn it into a vagina. And then be like, hey, guys, I'm a transgender woman now, and I'm going to be your next Supreme Court judge. I just go, well, I'd be the best of both worlds. Not only do you get the woman you want, you get a black woman. Hey, you could, I guess, appease those people who go, no, we don't want a woman. We only want a male. And so, I guess you could appease them. And you could appease both sides. Because, used to be a woman now, or used to be a man. Hey, now it's a woman. Hey, we're being progressive. 2020. And I just go, this is fucking madness. And I go, and I know this is so wrong because it's both sides. It's like, no matter what they're saying, they go, the Democrats say, Donald Trump, he's so sexist and racist. You guys just picked your vice presidential candidate. She didn't make it very far in the Democratic debates either. She didn't. And it's like, because they didn't support her. The Democrats didn't support the black nominee then. They didn't support the black nominee then. Then all these riots happened, then COVID, and now all of a sudden with George Floyd being shot, Breonna Taylor being murdered, or not George Floyd being shot, he was basically suffocated because they put a knee on his neck like a bunch of fucking animals. I don't know how those cops aren't facing a death penalty for what they've done, or at least as far as the justice system can go with them, because it's like, you murdered someone. Plain and simple, you murdered someone. You murdered a human being. You gotta go to prison. And then they killed fucking Breonna Taylor. I'm trying to say fucking Breonna Taylor, but they killed Breonna Taylor. And all these other people have been murdered. And now it's becoming, now we gotta show our support for the black people. If you showed support for the black people, you would have been doing it this whole time. You would have been treating them like equals. You wouldn't have been keeping them down, because both parties are doing that. And that's the problem with this bipartisan system that we have, is that any one party, and when I say any one, it's a choice between the two. You don't get the Tea Party, you don't get the Green Party, you don't get any of those, really, except in the last election, the previous election between Clinton and H.W. Bush. George H. Yeah, W. I don't fucking know. The elder Bush. The one who was on The Simpsons. Yeah, that jackass. The one who spanked Bart Simpson. I remember. And it's like, and his wife was named Bar. Her name was Barbara. And so he goes, hey, Bar. Hey, Bar. Her name is Barbara, but I call her Bar. Hey, Bar. Oh, Bar. So, yeah, anyways, that George Bush, the one on The Simpsons, that fuck who fought Homer Simpson, And so, anyways, what I'm getting at here is that these politicians, these senators, these people out there, these speakers of the House like Nancy Pelosi, they all say, hey, we care about the general public, we care about you people. No, they don't. No, they don't. How do they make $100 and something thousand a year in salary? You gotta imagine part of that in California, at least half because of our taxes. But you gotta wonder, a lot of that salary is being taken away, you would think, by taxes. How are they flying around in jets? How are they having these big mansions? They invested well in the stock market. Yeah, I'll bet they fucking did. And I can shoot magic out of a wand like Harry Potter too, bitch. It's all fiction. This whole thing, this whole charade that they pull, it's all fictional. It's all fiction. You might as well be reading a Star Wars book and reading about the Republic and the Jedi Council, because that system actually makes a ton more fucking sense than having a Republican and a Democratic Party and then going, hey, get out and vote. Cool, so which one do I get to go out and vote for? The racist, sexist fuck Donald Trump, or the racist, sexist fuck Joe Biden and his goon squad of fellow Democrats who go, oh, hey, we love you people. Hey, you didn't support Andrew Yang, but you're going to come out and say Kamala Harris is Asian? No, that bitch is Indian. There's a distinct difference. We're not coming out and saying Afghanistani people and Jewish people are Asian because they're on the same continent. If that were true, we would have a whole new spectrum of races, or at least a smaller one, because then you would just group each continent. There's only 7 continents, and nobody lives in the fucking Arctic, so really, you got 6. And you know what? That doesn't make much sense. So why don't we just call it for what it is, say she's black, okay, and you're Indian, cool. Let's not put in that Asian part, because I know what you're trying to do there. You're trying to get sneaky with that shit. You're trying to get fucking slippery here, and I don't play that slick shit, bud. Okay, and that's the crazy shit. Is that this like, oh, she's Asian? No, she's fucking not, bro. There's a distinct difference, okay? I'm Japanese. There are Chinese people. There are Korean people. There are Hmong people, Laotian, Filipino, etc. Go on and on. But nobody, even Indian people, when you go up and say, hey, are you Asian? No, I'm Indian. Hey, are you Asian? Yeah, I am, but I'm Japanese, so Asian. Oh, okay, that makes total fucking sense. That actually makes total sense to me. But when you fuck over the only real Asian on that Democratic side who was running for president, Andrew Yang, when you fuck him over and you don't even include his name in the ballots, he's a write-in. He's a write-in, folks. He's a fucking write-in. The only actual Asian is a write-in. And then on CNN, when they have all their things, they don't even get his fucking name right. They call him like Austin or something Yang or something. It's not even Andrew Yang. They fuck his name up. And you know why? Because they didn't support him. And that's exactly what they did to Bernie Sanders in 2016 when they got their dicks hard and wanted to put Hillary Clinton up, that psychotic bitch, up for president. And you know how many body counts in that fucking body bag of hers? It's at least 100. She's got at least probably 100 bodies in that bag because she's been burying fucks across the sea, through the skies, and yes, on land. It's insane. It's insane. And then, I don't know. It's just crazy because you hear Biden coming out and he goes, oh yeah, look it, Kamala Harris is black. I'm going to pick a Supreme Court judge and it's going to be a woman. So, you know, hey, there goes the other half of the genders, males. Hey, males, I get you're qualified. I'm sure you'd be a great judge. I'm sure you'd make a lot of good changes. But fuck you, you have a penis. Should have been born with a different set of genitalia. Hey, so women, by the way, I know there's Asian women, white women, black women, brown women, Indian women, because they're not the same as Asian women. And I'm not saying all Asian women are the same, or saying that if you're Chinese and Japanese you're the same. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying don't try to put in false adjectives to describe what type of person you are when it's not fucking true, and you never claim that shit. You gotta claim that from birth, okay? You're Asian, you claim that shit. You know why? Because it's special. Being yourself is special, but when you're trying to take out other things, it's like the professor at the University of Washington or wherever she was up in that Seattle area going, oh yeah, I'm black. The bitch was white. She wasn't even black. So that's the type of shit where you feel like, oh hey, I want to be a part of something. I want to get votes and blah blah blah, hoping people stick with their ethnicity when they vote. Fuck you. Fuck you, Kamala. Fuck you, Joe. Fuck you, Nancy. And fuck all the Democrats up on that side. And fuck all the Republicans too. Fuck all of them, bro. That's why we need a third party. Fuck all these jokers. Let's go and do our own fucking independent thing. Let's run it solo. And so that's what I'm saying is like, great. So all those white women, Asian women, brown women, Latina, you know, I guess that'd be better than saying brown. Either way, I don't know. One of my favorite UFC fighters, Cain Velasquez, has brown pride tattooed across his chest. I always thought that was the coolest thing. One of the coolest things. Besides his amazing cardio, that guy was fucking amazing. And anyway, so that's what I'm saying. Is like, not only do the males get counted out, and I'm not saying, hey, it's got to be a male. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, don't come out and say, hey, I'm only picking a female, or I'm picking a woman. It's like, bro, what the fuck, bro? So you're just picking it based off genitalia. It's not based on someone's credentials or who they are as a person. It is what they have on their body or what their genitals are. And so, and then not only do you do that, you get even more specific. And then you go, it's going to be a black woman. Hey, Joe, you already did that with your vice presidential candidate. Maybe you want to switch things up. No? 2020? You're going to keep it the same? Okay. Well, we're seeing how far that's getting this country now. And then it's just, I'm not saying black women aren't qualified. I think they're very qualified, and I think there are a lot of black women who are overqualified. But I think it is ridiculous to say I'm going to only pick a black woman, because it's like, what if there's an Asian woman who's qualified, huh? You're going to fuck over the Asians again? Is that what we're doing in this country? Because it seems to be an ongoing trend that, I mean, maybe I'm just seeing things. Maybe. I don't know. But, I mean, I'm thinking it's 2020, and I'm seeing the shit pretty clear in 2020. And it's like, bruh, not only do you keep the Asians out of colleges when they have the education, they have the GPA, they have all these things, and you go, sorry, we're gonna cap off the number of Asian students because we have too many Asian students. Oh, because they work hard, they're not allowed to go to an institution and get an education that they want, and at an educational institution that they deserve to be in and that they are more than qualified to be in. But you're going to say, no, sorry, we're going to let in that Dominican kid. Why? Well, because he signed up and he is on the list of minorities that we needed in this college because we got too many Asians and we don't want to look like one of those all-Asian schools. Well, fuck you. Fuck all these people, because you know what? They've been keeping Asians out for a long time. Not only was the 1912 Chinese Exclusion Act, they were they were harassing and kicking out Japanese students here in the U.S. when they were coming over from Japan to get a better education, to go back to Japan and help their families. No. Fuck all that shit. By the way, hey, guess who built all the railroads? It was the Chinese. And what'd you do? You fucked them over right after you fucked over the Indians. Or maybe before. I don't know. But either way, you fucked over both. And when I say yeah, I mean the U.S. government. So, didn't want to seem like I wasn't being specific here and who I was targeting this ramble at. Blah. And so it's just astonishing to me. Because I go, well, you know what? If someone just goes out and chops their dick off, gets a vagina, starts taking, more hormones and stuff, or I don't know what you take when you become, when you switch your gender, but I'm just like curious as to like, oh, so if someone does that, would they be qualified to be your new Supreme Court judge? Would they be qualified to be your vice president, Joe? Because I don't know. It seems kind of silly that you're going over and you're trying to pick all these black people after you said if you don't know who you're voting for between him and Donald Trump, if you don't know who you're voting for, then you ain't black. I mean, I didn't mean that. I didn't mean what I said. Yeah, of course you didn't, Joe, because those are the exact words that came out of your mouth. If you don't know who you're voting for, you ain't black. Like, oh. Well, fuck. Hey, guess what? All you black people out there that are undecided on your vote because you don't want to vote for Donald Trump, but you also don't want to vote for sleepy, incompetent, buffoonish, stupid Joe Biden. Well, then you ain't black. Hey, by the way, you guys should maybe look into what Michael Jackson got, and your skin will be bleached, and you can be white. Hey, you can be white, and then it doesn't matter who you don't know who you're gonna vote for because you ain't black, just like Joe Biden told you weren't. Oh, great. So I just find that so funny, because then the Democrats try to play it off like, oh, that's not what he said. And then Donald Trump's jumping on that like, hey, he said this, you ain't black. But then they're going, oh, look at Donald Trump, he's so stupid. Look how racist he was. Look what he said. And it's like, it doesn't matter what Donald Trump said. We're looking at what Joe Biden said. That's what we're focusing on. Donald Trump says dumb shit, and we know he says dumb shit. And that's the fucking point. I'm sure he knows he says dumb shit, but he says it to get a rise out of people. And that's the funny part, sitting back and watching this and seeing how people jump on every single word he says. And it's just like, bruh, you think that guy is that stupid? No, the guy has intelligence to him. He wouldn't have gotten to where he is at today if he didn't have some level or some minuscule amount of intelligence, but he does. And that's the thing, is he says this shit. That's why he's tweeting all the time. That guy's doped up on Sudafed, that German Sudafed, and all kinds of other methamphetamines, I'm sure, to stay up. The guy doesn't sleep. He eats. Oh, well, he's fat, so he couldn't possibly be on meth or other kinds of stimulants. He wouldn't be hungry. You would think, but I'm sure the guy has a wicked high tolerance, so I'm sure he takes it and still can eat those 3 fucking cheeseburgers and those 2-liter bottles of Diet Pepsi every single night while he's laying in bed next to the wife who doesn't even want to hold his hand because she herself wants to be best. She doesn't want to be bad like Donald. And I don't blame her. I don't blame her. She got where she needed to go, and I don't blame her. I say, go get that bag, baby. Go get that bag of dough. Hey, and you got your family and your parents into the country because Donald Trump shits on foreigners and immigrants. But hey, Melania, you're not even from this country. Neither is your family. And I'm not shitting on that. I say congratulations, you made it into this country. Yeah, you had to sell your pussy to Donald, but you know what? That pussy pulled in your parents. And I can't be any more proud of you than that. Good job. Family woman right there. And she cares a lot about her son, too. I can't say anything really bad about Melania, except, her slogan, be best, and how she seems kind of brain dead up there. But you know what? Good for her. She's pulling a fast one, hopefully on Donald. Hopefully. Maybe he'll die in office or die sometime and she'll get all his money and all his inheritance. Maybe that'll be the good ending story for her. I don't know. Maybe. Need to smoke more. Ugh. But yeah, I don't know. This country's it's fucking nuts. Honestly feels like a goddamn movie. People go, wow, my life is like a movie. No, I really feel like life is a movie lately. I mean, just in 2020 alone, okay? Not talking about 2019 or anything past. Just 2020 alone, right? Kobe Bryant dies. Fuck. We should have taken that as a sign that bad things were to come. When Kobe died, then Tiger King comes out. What the fuck? Is Tiger King even real? No, there couldn't possibly be a gay rifle-toting, dynamite-shooting, tiger-owning rock star or country singer who also tried to put out a hit on a woman. And by the way, there's multiple tiger people out there who are, have all these animals in captivity and this and that, and they're all fucking psycho, and the next one is crazier than the last. And yeah, well, that was fucking real. Great series on Netflix. Very disturbing, but fantastic. Carol Baskins, I bet she killed her husband. Bet she killed Ron. Or Don. Fed him to the tigers, ground his ass up in the meat grinder, and like, oh, what? Oh, it's jammed. Hold on, get the stick. And they're just hacking away at his like elbow, just like stuck in the meat grinder. And it goes, and you're like, oh, okay, cool. Hey, it's unclogged. Cool. What's that? Throw in the head. Okay, and then each like individual tubes go. That's so disturbing to imagine, but yeah, that guy's dead. She fed him to the tigers. Crazy ass bitch. And so that happened. Then COVID hit. I remember I was in San Francisco and my roommates were saying, nah, this isn't a thing. And I was like, no, it's a fucking thing. And I'm going to the zoo. I'm riding the Muni. I'm going to the San Francisco Zoo because it was near campus, like maybe a 10-minute Muni ride, like a bus ride basically. And it was great. Love that zoo. I got a membership there for $100. I only used it 4 times till I had to leave San Francisco to come home, and because of the COVID. And it was kind of like, fuck. Well, I got to go back there before my year is up so I can get more uses of my membership. Shout out to the San Francisco Zoo. There's no refunds. And so, yeah, so that happened. Then coming home, then George Floyd dies. Then all the riots. And then you see videos of cops putting pallets of bricks out along the streets. It's like, oh, what the fuck? And then we get into more crazy shit with Donald Trump and Joe Biden. What the fuck? And now all these wildfires and everything's starting. And it's like, oh. I'm telling you, 2020 is a fucking movie. And we are yet to hit the climactic point in this film. It is not over yet. It is only September. That means we still got October, November, December. We still got a quarter of the year left, folks. And it's kind of like, oh, what's going to happen in this last quarter of the year, the final quarter? Who's going to die? What's going to happen? What's going to happen? Oh, I am excited to see who's going to win the presidency, because we're not going to find out for a week because of the mail-in ballots. So for a week, this country, a lot of this country, some of this country is going to be on edge like, oh, who the fuck is going to take the fucking crown? Who's going to be title holder? Who's going to be the king of this fucking castle? And you know what? I have no fucking clue, except that I'm not voting for either of those fucks, because I'm going to put my vote out again for Bryan Cranston and Mighty Mouse, because fuck them. Fuck them as in Biden and Trump because, at the last election, I'll tell you who I voted for. I voted for Bryan Cranston and Mighty Mouse because I believe Bryan Cranston and Mighty Mouse would be a better presidential and vice presidential candidate than Donald and Pence or Hillary and whoever the fuck was her VP. I forget who Hillary's VP was. It's like, do you even remember? I sure as fuck don't. I don't even know. Hillary just fucking botched the whole thing. Fucking crazy bitch. And so, like, oh, God. And then with all these wildfires, you can't even really see the sky some days. You can't even see the mountain by me. Like, it is crazy how much smoke is in the air. And then you go, shit. Now with unemployment and everything and all that, the money's running dry, the well's running dry, and all the businesses are closing. And then we're going to have this presidential event, and the Democrats are making it seem like, oh, everything's going to be okay once we elect Biden. Nope, it's a process. Just like racism and all this other shit that's been going on in this country and around the world for fucking ever. And it's ridiculous. So it's all a process. It's all a fucking process. And, man, that's going to be wild. A whole quarter left. A whole quarter. I mean, I don't know. New movies are supposed to come out. I'm pretty sure James Bond's coming out soon. I hope the new James Bond comes out soon. I'm not sure when that movie even fucking comes out. Hold on, I gotta look that up. The new James Bond, it's gonna be so good. Hold on, what's it even called? James Bond. Last Daniel Craig James Bond, by the way. That's gonna be cool. Oh, No Time to Die. Oh, God, that is such a cool title. You know, the James Bond films have always had cool titles, like Spectre or Casino Royale. That one, the old version, too, is good. Dr. No. Or the one with the fucking, what's his name? Forget, what's his name? Pierce Brosnan. Pierce Brosnan was such a good fucking James Bond. He was a great Stu in Mrs. Doubtfire. And, Pierce Brosnan was such a good James Bond, but Die Another Day, holy fuck, was that a good James Bond movie. And then he was also in The World Is Not Enough. This guy, he was also in GoldenEye. I mean, this guy, Pierce Brosnan, my favorite James Bond. He's probably in a tie with Daniel Craig. 'Cause Daniel Craig, except for Quantum of Solace, I thought all of his fucking James Bonds were good. Quantum of Solace was cool, but I just thought it was weird how they doused that one girl, killed her, and doused her in that motor oil, and I was like, that's fucking disturbing, bro. Like, that's so disturbing. And I get it's supposed to be disturbing. That's the whole point, because the bad guy is sinister. And I'm not really into that shit. However, Spectre was cool. They had Christoph Waltz, who was the Jew finder or something like that. The Jew hunter from Inglourious Bastards, Christoph Waltz. And that guy was so good. He's like, oh, it's a bingo. Like, that guy was so good. He's so good, too, as the dentist or the doctor, Dr. Schultz in Django Unchained. Django, that movie was good. Jamie Foxx and Quentin Tarantino. There's a story, apparently Jamie Foxx talked about being on set with Quentin Tarantino. And Quentin Tarantino has a script, and he likes his script the way it is. He doesn't really want people to improvise. He has it. He'll improvise. He'll make adjustments to it, but Jamie Foxx did something, and Quentin Tarantino basically came up something like, what the fuck are you doing? No, that's not the fucking script. Read the fucking script. Do what it says. That's the fucking script. Don't go off it. And it was kind of like, oh, and that was like one of the first couple days on set or something like that with Jamie Foxx and Quentin Tarantino. And that was just crazy. So anyways, where was I with that? So James Bond. Great James Bond movies. What else? Spectre. No, it wasn't Spectre. It was Skyfall. Excuse me. Not only does Skyfall have an awesome opening scene with James Bond on the fucking train. Pew, pew, he's riding the motorcycle and shit. And then, he gets shot. Off the train. What's her name? Moneypenny. Moneypenny was dope. I'm pretty sure it's Moneypenny. Moneypenny's like, oh shit, I shot James, or I shot James Bond, oh no. And it was kind of like, oh fuck. And then he hits the water and it's like, Skyfall, no 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 no. And it was like, oh shit, Adele coming in with Skyfall for the opening song, and it was so good. And then, who's the bad guy? Oh wait, you guys made such a good villain pick. They picked Javier Bardem. Oh my god. That is such a good pick for a villain. Javier Bardem? Bro, that guy was lights out, psychotic, stone cold, cold-blooded killer, assassin from fucking No Country for Old Men. And then you make him the bad guy in Skyfall, and he has like those teeth because he bit down on his what's it called? Cyanide pill. His cyanide pill in his tooth in case he got captured. A lot of spies would have this. They'd have a tooth in their mouth, and they would break it off, and they would like swallow it. They would swallow it, but like and it'd be a cyanide pill. It'd kill him in case they got captured. And he broke it off, but it went off in his mouth. Oh! And so his whole face and inside his mouth is just disfigured and melted like acid. Ah! So it's so cool. And I was like, damn. And then in this upcoming James Bond, No Time to Die. Oh, that's right. I was going to look up when it was coming out. No Time to Die comes out November 20th. In less than 2 months. It's going to be fucking lit. Can't wait. And so then they get Rami Malek. And oh my gosh. What a good pick. What a good pick for a Bond villain. You have Rami Malek. Oh, damn. That guy who was Freddie Mercury from Bohemian Rhapsody. Who was fucking awesome as Freddie Mercury. That Rami Malek. Oh, wait. Hold up. Not just Bohemian Rhapsody. But then you have... He was so good as Elliot in Mr. Robot. If you haven't seen Mr. Robot, my mom got me onto the show. Mr. Robot's on like USA Network. I'm sure you can find it all kinds of places online. 4 seasons. Mr. Robot. It also has Joey Badass in it. Joey Badass is so fucking awesome in Mr. Robot. Like that guy, I love his music. But when he's playing Leon in Mr. Robot, oh my god, him and Rami Malek were so cool. So Joey Badass was in that show. Awesome. I love Joey Badass. Joey fucking badass. That guy. And so Rami Malek's going to be the villain in this new James Bond. And Rami Malek in Mr. Robot was so cool. He played Elliot Alderson. And he was so good in that show. And you just got to see such a wide range of emotion between him. And then when he's in his scenes with Christian Slater, who played his dad, who also, or alter ego Mr. Robot, and it was just so... I'm excited for this James Bond. It's Daniel Craig's last James Bond, from what he's been saying lately, and I just cannot wait. This is... it's gonna be a good year, and that's gonna be towards the end of 2020. So now you got something good to look forward to. And then, this year, I know it's been rough, but I go, it's been exciting. And I think this year is just going to get better and better. It's been bad. And I know it's been bad. And trust me. I don't always look at things. Ooh. In the most positive of lights. But this year, a lot of good things have happened. I think as a country, our eyes have become more open to things. I think a lot more people have become more open-minded and accepting of others. The Colts had an amazing NFL draft. What else? Oh, Justin Gaethje and Tony Ferguson, when there were no sports on, went all the way to Abu Dhabi to put on a hell of a fight, and something that helped bring a little bit of joy back to my life. Justin Gaethje and Tony Ferguson with their fight in April, or in May actually, probably. It's supposed to be in April, and happened in May, I think. Yeah. now, we got the new James Bond coming out. The Colts won yesterday. They slapped the shit out of the Vikings. Jonathan Taylor went for over 100 yards in his first game as a starter. This year is gonna be fucking great towards the end. It's been rough so far, but there's always rough times. And I'm excited.